going to speak to us, a 2024 ordained UU minister. So she's new to this business, and it's great to have her on board. Reverend Vanessa's focus is on community ministry, and she'll be our guest in the pulpit today. Thank you, Reverend Vanessa.
Thank you, John. Welcome and good morning, Unitarian Universalist Society of Bangor. I'm Reverend Vanessa Titang, and it is an absolute honor to be here with you today. This is the first time I've been here at this church, and I am so honored that you have welcomed me here today. For opening centering words, I bring you words from Rebecca Savage, Many Hopes in Our Hearts. Welcome, beloveds, welcome. We come to spiritual community this morning with many hopes in our hearts. The hope for inspiration, the hope for comfort, the hope for renewal. In this time and space, may inspiration water our thirsty souls. In this time and space, may comfort blossom in the gardens of our hearts and bring us sweet relief. In this time and space, may renewal course through us as electric as a surge of energy, as serene as a nourishing meal, as contagious as joy, and bring us vitality and rejuvenation. May our time together honor all the hopes we hold within. May our time together bless us with gifts of inspiration, comfort, and renewal. Let us worship together. Our introit this morning is You Are the New Day by John David, performed by the King's Singers.
This one on for me, Glenn? Can you give me, thank you. So, yes, for those of you who are new here today, we do not normally start the service with a Hell's Kitchen YouTube thing. That was pretty exciting. Let me know when you're ready, Glenn. We'll try it again. It's not going to play. Okay, we got a backup plan.
We have a substitute introit. How about that? for the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Source of all, to thee we raise this, our hymn of grateful praise. There you go. At this time, our chalice lighting actually is going to be read. There was an error in the program, and I apologize for that. Mr. Bill Lagerstrom is our reader today for the chalice lighting and the reading. Mr. Lagerstrom.
Good morning. Our chalice lighter this morning is Ben Childs. And our reading is called For Rest, Repair, and Reinvigoration by our celebrant this morning, Reverend Vanessa Titang. There is much, so much to attend to, and for now we tend the flame. The chalice that through blue, amber, yellow, white vibrancy and warmth connects us, symbol of our values and living history, comforting and urging us towards presence, preparing for what is next. Be now in this shared space of chalice light, with love centered for rest, repair, and reinvigoration.
Now please join in singing our opening hymn, number 298 in your hymnals, Wake Now My Senses. We're going to do the first 3 verses of number 298, Wake Now My Senses. Wake now my senses and hear the earth call. Feel the deep power of being in awe. Keep with the web of creation your vow. Giving, receiving as love shows us how. Wake now my reason, reach out to the new. Join with each pilgrim who quests for the true. Honor the beauty and wisdom of time. Suffer thy limit and praise the sublime. Wake now compassion, give heed to the cry. Voices of suffering fill the wide sky. Take as your neighbor both stranger and friend, praying and striving their hardship to end. Are you going down or doing it up here? Oh, here we go. All right. So I believe the time for all ages is to be a video we're going to be shown, Resilient, from Rising Appalachia. If we have the technology.
Well, I can introduce it. So before we get to the actual video, hopefully it does work for us, the Time for All Ages that I'm sharing is actually a music video with a song about being resilient. It may be a familiar song to many, and this is Resilient by Rising Appalachia, which even if we can't hear it today, I recommend you listen to. It's about our ability to bounce back, recover quickly from difficult conditions. In talking about rest and repair, this ability to be resilient, it is an amazing part of the process.
Show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen. Whoa, 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 whoa. I spoke to you. Being cautious. Your arms and me with no. These times are poignant. The winds have shifted. It's all we can do to stay uplifted. Pipelines through backyards, wolves howling out front. Yeah, I got my crew, but truth is what I want. Realigned and on. Power to the peaceful. Prayers to the water. Women at the center. All vessels open to give and receive. Let's see the system right down to its knees.
Thank you so much for Glenn for all the work you're doing. This is a testament to resilience of trying, trying, and trying again. I think there were two songs coming through there, but I think that kind of speaks the message of still trying and getting something, and maybe it's a little more than you asked for, but thank you.
Now is the time in our service where we share with one another the joys and sorrows that we're carrying around today. So I invite you, as you'd like to share, to please come up, line up behind this microphone, and share with us a joy or a sorrow, and light a candle for it. And now, I believe Sojourner and Linda and Rissa are going to offer a musical reflection.
First, a prayer for this dear community. Dear ones, with worries and joys that exist within your heart, may this moment be of peace. May you find comfort and be affirmed in your wholeness. There will be challenges, you may weary, but hold tight to knowing that you are enough as you are. You are held where you are, that you are worthy always. Peace and joy be to you. Blessed be, and amen. And now for a musical meditation on breathing.
And now the morning offering will be collected. A reading by Paul Dalzell, This Place, These People. The offering we take each Sunday is an opportunity to recommit to this place and to these people. It is as much a ritual as singing together, lighting our chalice, or reciting our unison affirmation. It is a reminder of that form of love we call generosity. It is how we show that we believe it is important to worship together, to help our community, and to say yes to the values of our faith. One of the values of our faith is helping our community, and the undesignated cash in the plate today will be shared with the Penquist Fuel Assistance Program. as the cold weather is coming on. Thank you for sharing from your wallets as well as your hearts this morning.
A reading by Vanessa Rush Southern entitled, "Even This Is Enough." And these are her words to all of us. So much undone, so much to do, so much to heal in us and in the world, so much to acquire: a meal, a healthy body, a fit one, a lover, a job, a better job. Proof we have and are enough, just around the corner of now. And up against it, the reality of all that falls short and the limits of today. We honor the limits. If your body won't do what it used to do for right now, let it be enough. If your mind won't stop racing or can't think of the word, let it be enough. If you're here utterly alone and in despair, be all that here with us. If today you cannot sing because your throat hurts and you don't have the heart for music, be silent. When the offering plate goes around and you don't have money to give or the heart to give, let it pass. The world won't stop spinning on her axis if you don't rise to all occasions today. Love won't cease to flow in your direction. Your heart won't stop beating. All hope will not be lost. You are part of the plan for this world's salvation. Of that I have no doubt. The world needs its oceans of people striving to be good, to carry us to the shores of hope and wash fear from the beachheads and cleanse all wounds so that they can heal. But oceans are big, and I am sure there are parts that don't feel up to the task of the whole some days. Rest if you must. Then, like the swimmer lying on her back who floats, or the hawk carried on cushions of air, rest in pews made to hold weary lives in space carved out for the doing of nothing much but being. Perhaps then you will feel in your bones, in your weary heart, the aching, healing sense that this is enough, even this, that we are enough, that you are enough, enough. For these and all the meditations of our heart unspoken in this hour, I say amen and blessed be.
Thank you so much for that reading. Within these walls, the space and time is dedicated intentionally to respite and spiritual care, sanctuary. Here and now, with this in mind, first and foremost, may this be a moment of rest. Rest being that key ingredient necessary in repair, in healing, in rejuvenation. So very much is happening in the world right now and in our individual lives. So much to do and be and care for and about. With this all occurring, you are probably tired, even exhausted. And so I ask you now simply to breathe. Just breathe. Breathe knowing you are enough. Relax. Your heart, mind, body, and spirit are enough. Breathe. Breathing in this moment, present and centered, relax and rest. Rest not just specifically because you have a space to sit, but because this is something that you need. Relax and then tell yourself to relax more. Relaxing for the sake of rest itself, because you find comfort in settling into your own body. It is necessary, it is soothing, and it is a right to be able simply to rest. So breathe. Breathing. This is something that at times I must remind myself to do. Things happen and I find myself holding my breath. When I set to craft out this homily, my mind was a race with thoughts. A scramble, really. It was just days post-US election results, and I had feelings, ideas, and wonderings about it all, while busily continuing to live my own life. And so I struggled to focus on a specific message. The irony is that the very message that I finally came to, what I was in search of, was exactly what I needed to acknowledge in that moment. Rest. I was juggling a lot, and it took time for me to recognize that what I needed to process, everything, my life and the bigger picture, in that stressful time was simply the need to stop, to rest. Rest is ever elusive, with real side effects on the individual and on society. I personally have always been a very ambitious person, a multitasker, doing it all. And when I reached my early 30s, I began to realize that much of this ambition, self-directed perfectionism, and difficulty with just taking a simple nap when tired were all related. Symptoms of an issue that was not just mine alone. And there were others who were very much aware of and examining this societal issue. In her book, Rest is Resistance, Tricia Hersey, a writer, artist, activist, and theologian, makes a very profound declaration that rest is resistance. In a counter to a society based on capitalism, grown by white supremacy culture at its roots, this has amounted to a society of people who do not know how to rest. And by rest here, I do not mean simply sleeping at the end of the day. Rather, Hersey has developed a nap ministry that promotes giving space and time for self and others to rest when needed, to restore, to dream, to daydream, to feel good and find comfort in just being. In the act of resting as resistance, Hersey highlights the importance and possibilities for self and society that come from rest in and of itself. She writes, "As a culture, we don't know how to rest, and our understanding of rest has been influenced by the toxicity of grind culture. We believe rest is a luxury, privilege, and an extra treat we can give to ourselves after suffering from exhaustion and sleep deprivation. Rest isn't a luxury, but an absolute necessity if we're going to survive and thrive. Rest isn't an afterthought, but a basic part of being human. Rest is a divine right. Rest must interrupt. Like hope, rest is disruptive. It allows space for us to envision new possibilities." She later goes on saying, "To dream, to rest, to turn away from the toxicity of grind culture are radical acts of love for ourselves and our culture. We need dreaming to free us." Constantly working is how this society is designed, to keep us going, not always for the necessary betterment of the self or the whole, but really to feed itself, and thereby depleting individuals and the community. We grind, as Hersey says, we grind ourselves down to try to meet goals. We weary ourselves aiming for a model of a fantasy vision of perfection. We go because we must. We have to. Just keep being productive in some regard. But then try to stop. Just for a moment, maybe longer. A few moments, minutes stretched into an hour, into a day. Take a nap even. Is it strange from the norm? Perhaps even uncomfortable, this just being in a state of rest. And yet, without rest, one cannot think. Our mental processes, our bodies slow down attempting to cope, to heal. We do for the sake of doing, losing purpose and focus. All until something shifts the balance extremely. And it becomes more obvious that something is not right. But wait, there's still so much to do. How can we possibly stop? How can we rest? How could we take a nap? Breathe. Come up for the air that is rest. There will always be more to do, more to strive for, but one cannot operate on empty, though we may try. In doing so, we lose pieces of ourselves. Though still inherently worthy and with dignity, our feeling of this for self may lessen the more we overextend ourselves. Rest. It is true that we are very resilient creatures, but even this amazing ability to rebound is dependent on our ability to literally recharge by resting. Stop. Rest not for the sake of being able to be more productive and efficient later at a task. Rest because it is a right, not a luxury, and you are deserving of it. As Hersey asserts, rest is resistance. And I will further that with a charge. Do rest as resistance. By resting, you are in no way giving up or giving in. Rest is not a tapping out, but a tapping in to a declaration of a right to wholeness, in part provided by the very ability to rest. Rest to reprieve, rest to imagine, rest to dream up new realities that only a well-rested mind can conjure. So much of this is prevented by the constant demand for movement, growth, development, production, action that our culture has normalized. Here, in this spiritual space, reclaim the right of your body, mind, and spirit for rest. This is how we repair. Power down. Sleep to wake up. Waking up to the possibilities of a you, valuing yourself and the human need for rest and relaxation. So much is changing in our world at this moment. Things are urgent. This urgency and unknowns of tomorrow put pressure on us to double down and to try to do more, think more, figure out more. We are implored to act now. And yet there is always more, and there will be tomorrow. This urgent need to act in the world and to do without rest only breeds anxiety. Anxiety that in turn makes it hard to do the very world-saving, life-affirming tasks set before us. In a quote by Thich Nhat Hanh, he expresses the following. Someone asked me, "Aren't you worried about the state of the world?" I allowed myself to breathe, and then I said, what is most important is not to allow your anxiety about what happens in the world to fill your heart. If your heart is filled with anxiety, you will get sick, and you will not be able to help. The anxiety that was pointed out by Thich Nhat Hanh may exist in us regardless of how much we are able to close our eyes. And yet it is only exacerbated by our lack of rest. We must rest. We must rest to minimize our worry and to, where necessary, then be able to respond to the situations of concern. No matter your tasks ahead, rest when you need it. It is necessary. It is imperative for yourself and for others. My well-being is bound up in yours. Interconnected, we are tired and need to rest. Rest for rest's sake, and in it we will dream. And may our dreams be reassurance and guidance, comfort and blueprints for going forward in whatever comes next. Let us face these challenges. Let us be rested and ready for the days to come. Dear ones, so much has happened. So much has happened in this last year, this last month, and just the previous days. And yes, there is so much to do. But none of us can fully be or nor give from an empty vessel. This is your time and your space to take on rest as is your divine right. Replenish yourself. Do so regularly. Allow yourself your deserved, rightful peace of just being. In doing so, allow yourself to recognize the inherent worth and dignity of all, with self included, that you know to be true. Rest. Your spirit will thank you. Blessed be, and amen. And now for our closing hymn, number 318, We Would Be One. At this time, we will extinguish our chalice with words by Eric Hepburn, "Love remains the center." We extinguish this flame to remind us, love is the center. As we explore and rest, engage and heal, love remains the center. When all we can see is cold ashes, love remains the center.
All right, now please rise as you're willing and able and join hands